Do you hear that? My special dream pumpkin is making its sleepy Halloween music. So soft and magical. Hello there, little sleepy one. I'm Luna, your magical night traveling cat. And tonight is the most wonderfully cozy Halloween evening ever. My dream pumpkin is glowing the softest orange tonight, and it's whispering something very special to me. All around this magical Halloween neighborhood, there are 10 beautiful houses where the sweetest Halloween friends live. But you know what? They're all having trouble falling asleep. I was wondering, would you like to be my special helper tonight? Oh, I had a feeling you would. I can already feel your gentle, caring heart. Before we float into our magical journey together, let's get you perfectly cozy. Snuggle deeper into those soft blankets of yours. Let your head sink gently into your pillow. Now, hold my paw gently and let my dream pumpkin's magical glow carry us into the most enchanting Halloween neighborhood you've ever seen. We're floating on the gentlest autumn breeze, and the first sleepy house is just ahead. You find yourself standing before the first magical house, painted the softest purple with tiny silver stars twinkling on the shutters. Through the glowing windows, you can see a family of the friendliest little ghosts floating in slow, sleepy circles. You watch as the littlest ghost lets out the tiniest, sweetest yawn. Ho! And you feel yourself wanting to yawn too. When you wave gently at them, all three ghost friends wave back with their wispy little hands. And you notice their floating is getting slower and slower. The mama ghost tucks the little ones under a cloud-soft blanket that sparkles like stardust. Thanks to your peaceful presence, the ghost family's house glows with the most gentle light. And their content, sleepy sighs drift through the air as they begin to settle into dreamland. One magical house now rests peacefully in the Halloween night. Following the dream pumpkin's soft glow, you discover a cozy little cottage covered in friendly orange vines. In the window, you see a young witch with the kindest smile, stirring a cauldron of warm, sleepy tea that smells like vanilla and cinnamon. You watch as she adds one final ingredient, a handful of dream petals that make the tea shimmer with peaceful magic. The little witch takes a sip and lets out the most adorable yawn, covering her mouth with her hat. Her eyelids are growing heavy as the sleepy tea works its gentle magic. She notices you watching and gives you the sweetest wave before curling up in a chair beside her cauldron. Her pet bat hangs upside down nearby, already fast asleep and making tiny, content, squeaking sounds. The witch's cottage windows begin to dim as she drifts toward dreamland. Two wonderful friends are now settling into peaceful sleep. Your magical journey continues to a tall, round tower painted deep forest green. At the very top window, you spot something amazing. A small, friendly dragon, no bigger than a house cat, with scales that shimmer like amethyst gems. The little dragon is yawning, great big yawns that create the tiniest puffs of sparkly, lavender-scented mist. Each yawn makes him more and more sleepy. His dragon eyelids, which sparkle like tiny jewels, are growing heavier and heavier. Soon, his peaceful dragon snores, drifts softly like a gentle breeze through the trees. The tower's light dims to the softest glow, and magical dreams begin to swirl around the sleeping dragon. Three magical friends have found their way to dreamland. As you continue down the moonlit path, you come to a cheerful yellow farmhouse with a front porch where the friendliest Scarecrow sits in a rocking chair. His straw hat is tilted over his button eyes, and he's gently rocking back and forth, back and forth. The Scarecrow's movements are getting slower and slower with each rock. His patchwork shirt rises and falls with peaceful breaths, and pieces of soft straw peek out from his sleeves like little golden pillows. A family of tiny mice has made a cozy nest in his hat, and they're all yawning together. You watch as the rocking chair gradually comes to a gentle stop, and the Scarecrow's head nods forward in the most peaceful way. Even the corn in his nearby garden seems to sway more quietly, as if the whole farm is settling into sleep. The farmhouse windows glow warm and soft like fireflies. Four dear friends are now resting peacefully in their homes. The dream pumpkin's glow leads you to an elegant little castle, no bigger than a house, painted midnight blue with friendly silver moons. In the highest window, you see a young vampire with the gentlest smile, wearing a cape that looks as soft as velvet. This friendly vampire isn't scary at all. He's reading a bedtime story to his pet fruit bat while sitting in the coziest armchair. You can see him yawning between pages, and each yawn makes his cape flutter like butterfly wings. The fruit bat is already curled up like a tiny, furry ball. As the vampire reaches the end of his story, his book begins to close on its own, and his reading light dims to the softest glow. He pulls his cape around himself like the world's coziest blanket and settles into his chair. Soon, gentle snores echo softly through the little castle. Five magical friends are now drifting deeper into dreamland. Your journey brings you to the coziest house painted deep midnight black with silver trim that sparkles like stars. On the front steps, a beautiful black cat stretches in the most graceful way, her fur shimmering in the moonlight. You watch as she performs the sleepiest bedtime routine, washing her paws, cleaning behind her ears, and then circling 3 times before curling into the perfect cat ball. Her purring grows softer and softer, like a gentle lullaby that makes you feel peaceful too. The black cat's golden eyes blink slowly, once, twice, then stay closed as she settles into the deepest, most content cat sleep. Her house seems to wrap around her like a protective hug, and even the silver trim seems to dim to match her peaceful energy. Halfway there now, 6 friends are sleeping soundly. Following the winding path, you discover a house that looks like it grew white out of a pumpkin patch. The walls are warm orange, and real pumpkin vines with tiny gourds climb up the sides. In the garden, the most amazing sight awaits you. A family of magical jack-o'-lanterns sits in a row, each with the kindest, sleepiest faces carved into their orange shells. Their candlelight eyes are flickering slower and slower, like they're blinking. One by one, you watch their gentle lights dim as they settle into peaceful pumpkin dreams. The biggest jack-o'-lantern in the center lets out a soft, satisfied sigh that sounds like autumn wind through leaves. All the pumpkins in the patch seem to be settling deeper into the earth, getting ready for the most restful sleep. Their house glows with the warmest, coziest light. 7 wonderful friends have found their way to peaceful dreams. Your path leads to the most unique house you've ever seen. A beautiful structure that looks like it's built from the strongest, most comfortable spider webs, all shimmering silver in the moonlight. At the center, a friendly little spider sits in her cozy web chair. This isn't a scary spider at all. She's wearing a tiny nightcap and has painted her toenails the softest lavender color. You watch as she carefully tucks herself into her web, like it's the world's most comfortable hammock. Her 8 little legs curl up beneath her as she yawns the tiniest spider yawn. The entire web house gently sways in the autumn breeze, rocking its sleepy resident like a mother rocks a baby. Soon, the spider's eyes close and her web home settles into perfect stillness, catching moonbeams like dreams. 8 precious friends are now sleeping peacefully through the night. Almost at the end of your magical journey, you find a house built high in the branches of the most majestic oak tree. Through a round window, you see a wise little owl with the fluffiest feathers sitting on her favorite branch perch. The owl's big, round eyes are blinking slower and slower. Hoo, hoo, hoo. And each soft hoot sounds more tired than the last. She ruffles her feathers once, creating the coziest feather blanket around herself, then tucks her head gently under her wing. You watch as her treehouse rocks gently with the sleepy movements of the oak tree's branches. All the leaves whisper soft lullabies, and even the tree itself seems to be settling down for the night. The owl's contented sleep hoots grow quieter and quieter until they fade into peaceful silence. 9 magical friends are now resting safely in dreamland. At the end of your incredible journey, you discover the coziest cave house built into a gentle hillside. The entrance is decorated with the softest moss and tiny, twinkling lights. Inside, you see the friendliest monster you could ever imagine, purple and fuzzy with big, sleepy eyes. This sweet monster is nothing like scary monsters in other stories. He's cuddling with a teddy bear almost as big as himself, and his cave is filled with soft pillows and blankets in every color. You watch as he yawns the biggest, most adorable yawn, showing teeth that sparkle like pearls. The monster pulls his favorite blanket up to his chin and hugs his teddy bear closer. His breathing becomes deep and peaceful, and gentle snores echo softly through his cozy cave. All the twinkling lights in his home dim to the softest glow, creating the most magical sleeping atmosphere. 10 wonderful Halloween friends have all found their way to peaceful, dreamy sleep. Oh, my dear helper, you've helped all 10 Halloween friends find the most peaceful sleep, and my dream pumpkin is glowing with joy because of your caring heart. All around you now, there's a gentle blanket of sleepy Halloween magic, warm as pumpkin spice, soft as autumn leaves, and peaceful as moonlight. Your pillow feels like the softest cloud. Your blankets wrap around you like the warmest hug, and the peaceful dreams from all 10 Halloween houses are settling gently into your own sleepy mind. You can let your eyes stay closed. Let your breathing become slow and deep, and let your whole body sink into the most comfortable, restful sleep. Sweet dreams, dear helper. Let sleep carry you away on the gentlest Halloween breeze. Night.